just have to mirror my rate of speech now. You can see the rate at which I'm speaking, right? So we'll do a small exercise in this mirroring pattern. I'm going to ask you a few questions and you can answer these questions in that moderate rate of speech. And if I am asking you some yes or no questions, answer it in a sentence. Okay. So, Raja, do you have the habit of reading books?
Yes, I do habit of reading a books, exceptionally like some self-help books and very picky books. Actually, I don't like to read any novels or fiction stories.
Mhm,
Instead, I would like to read some of inspirational and motivational books.
mhm.
Um, Either it could be a regional or in English. But I love very few authors. I mean, I have read of very few authors in English, which is Robin Sharma and Daniel Kahn, and yeah.
Okay. So, could you tell me what is the most interesting aspect that you have come across from any book that you have read?
Uh, so I just had a opportunity to read a book when I was in a different place because I was alone. So since I have subscribed only one book, so I don't want to subscribe any other because when I'm subscribing multiple books, I'll keep wandering one by one. So I subscribed one, and I was had a chance to read How to Win and Influence Friends and Family. I mean, how to influence friends, and so that book it's really inspiring me, and so there are a lot of inner or principles to lead the life. I mean, how to take things light and how to not expect with anybody, and how to engage with friends, and this techniques really helps me, and maybe that's one of the book I would say I would suggest to anybody if they wanted to start.
Um, Interesting. Um, you mentioned about the principle that one needs to follow to lead, a contented life or something of that sort. So, can you talk about any one principle that you learned from this book?
So it says that, I mean, the author Daniel Card says that, for example, when you are in angry or when you are in emotion, don't express your feelings. So just wait for a while and just express it, and you try to read. For example, if you wanted to write email to your manager, or when you are in emotion, just compose an email and save it as a draft, and you just read it again. So when you are in normal state, you feel that maybe sometimes it is not even required. So, and he had provided me some kind of, I mean, in this book, he would have given some kind of example. I mean, which once 19 or 1850, Abraham Lincoln was writing some letter to some higher authority, and so that sort of stories really connect with your life. So maybe that really picked me up. I mean, that really hits me to understand the reality of it.
Okay, very good. Nice. So, interesting. Um, I was a little taken aback. So, um, Raja, other than reading books, what else do you do in your free time?
Apart from reading, I mean, I used to go out actually. I just wander the place because I love to explore the place wherever I've been. So since in Bangalore, I would like to explore the new places and explore the new cuisines, cuisines. I mean, cuisines, right?
Mhm.
And so that's my hobby. And apart from this, I would like to visit the local, um, you know, library for some time. And yeah, that's my hobby.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, okay. So, um, can you tell me about your work?
I'm a consultant actually in my um, one of the consulting firm,
Mhm.
um, and my job is to directly work with customer at
Mhm.
of on site mostly, and since it is a COVID, I have a um, restriction that to work remotely. Currently, I'm working with the multiple customers with the remote. So my job is to implement the product since I belongs to the product-based company. So our job is to implement the product as like customer requirement. For example, if the customer is looking for some kind of a customizations or from the product, so I
Mhm.
need to work with the core team, the engineering team, and make the customization accordingly to the customer. And
Mhm.
apart from this, if they have any concerns on the product, I'm the responsible person to help them out and implement the project successfully till the end. After that, we have some kind of a 2 to 3 weeks of support. It's called Go Live support. So during this time, we work as uh, um, you know, we are the primary contact. So whatever issues comes in, they will call us immediately, and they require us to solve the issue as soon as possible. So there are no timings since I have 7 to 4 or 11 to 2. There is no timings as such. So my job is to work with customer as and whenever they have issues. I need to solve it as soon as possible.
Could you describe your house?
Um, it's a it's a normal house, which is
Mhm.
two-story house,
Mhm.
and it is a 3 BHK.
Mhm.
So um, where it's been built, the build-up area was around 1,200 square feet, and remaining 800 square feet is, gave us a kind of free space for gardening and parking purpose.
Mhm.
So I just recently we built the house in our hometown, and it took us around 3 years to complete the project because during a COVID and even the resources are not. Uh, we have a shortage of resources, and we found another engineer and we complete the house. So it took us around 3 years to complete the whole project, and we tried to complete my intention is to build a house as like the old traditional type. I don't want to build a house in with uh, like there is a currently there is a M sand and E sand is available right now, so I do not want to use it in that material.
Mhm.
So instead, I wanted to go with sand, which I have procured from Trichy, and there are for as you know that like the sand prices um, gradually increased up to the hill now, and so when we built the whole house, the one unit of sand was like around um, 10,000, and it was around 40,000 right now. So it has been triple the price now. It has been hiked up. So due to that, our budget also been increased because it took us 3 years to complete the project. So within the 3 years, we spent almost triple the price for the sand itself. And uh, so the house was, completely with marble. And so since I told you that, since I having said that, like I just wanted to build the house in a traditional way. I just kept open. I mean, as many windows. Um, I just kept it for the ventilation purpose. I just kept more windows, and so I procure wood from Karaikudi, and so we built a house in such a way that in the old traditional Chettinad house. But the exterior looks like completely new. But when you go with the interior, it's completely as a Chettinadu style, where they have used a lot of wood works as interior. Uh, so that I love to have it. So that I have procured from one of my friends from the Karaikudi. Yeah, that's the one thing which I would say. Like this COVID time, I had much time to work um, during my I mean uh, uh, during my qua- um, quarantine, like I mean what is that? Pandemic time, I had a time to spend much time with to build a house. Recently we have completed it, and yeah.
Could you talk about one of your holidays?
So actually, I was assigned to the project around 2.5 years in Middle East project, which is Saudi Arabia and Dubai and Bahrain. So I spent 2.5 years there. So my unfortunately my visa was around. I can travel every 6 months. Um, Even you can travel for every month as well, but it's a multiple entry visa. But you have to bear yourself for every month if you wanted to, or if you want to go home. So I was barely come to home. It's been a 6 months once, or 6 months twice. I was coming to hometown. So since I spent for a long time there, after sudden off, like all my friends, I mean, most of my friends are outside of India actually. Everybody were planned, and so they said we can come this date. So based on that, we arranged a plan. And once after my arrival, um, we had a plan to go to Kodaikanal. So that was the first time I was visiting Kodaikanal. We had arranged the things properly, and we were three friends, and we arranged three cars with their family as well. So we spent a nice weekend around. We spent around 3 days over there, and we just gone over look and corner of all the places in Kodaikanal, and it was a really fantastic vacation, I would say, because it was after a long time. I spent there in Kodaikanal, so where I have visited multiple places, but unfortunately there are due to rain, a few places I couldn't visit it. Um, so apart from that, like it was a wonderful journey or a wonderful vacation so far.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about television. So, what do you think are the advantages and disadvantages of television?
Um, Television, I would say the television is one of the best thing to have it. I mean, whatever, even if you say internet or if any advanced technology devices, it have a pros and cons. So it is up to you how you are going to use it, or how you are using this device as like knife. As So knife have a sharp edge, so you can use this for chop the vegetables and you can kill somebody, right? So you
Mhm.
have to use a vegetable. You have to use the technology in a wise manner. For example, the television provides us a lot of information. The people, and you may, you can watch a lot of news. You can update it with the news. And For example, if you take geography or national geography, geography and discovery, it has a lot of content and a lot of documentary which is being telecasting every day. And the way the which they use English is very updated, and it completely is the next level of information which they are providing us. So I don't think so. Like um, you can get it in internet always, but internet have a vast of data. But this television provides us a lot of information when you are selecting the channels accordingly. For example, if you do not want to keep some channels like a commercial channels, or regional channels, you don't subscribe it, since DTH is providing a lot of option to subscribe or unsubscribe the channels. So since if you wanted to use it wisely, you can select the channels accordingly for your own purpose to make it great, um, like the news channels or any geography channels or discovery channels. That gives a lot of information. Definitely, I would suggest to use the technology devices wisely, including mobile phone or television, whatever. I would say that television is always a better option to go with.
Okay, wonderful. So I think you have spoken on close to 5 or 6 topics. How do you feel about your communication now?
Um, what I'm expecting is maybe I would have used the last mistake, whatever I have used. Some of the past was not using it properly. Since I was elaborating the story from where I was in Saudi for 2.5 years. So maybe I have missed it somewhere, that I can say. Um, and I'm trying to use the past um, verb properly. I mean, I'm very conscious to use it in the next story. Maybe um, let's see that, Balaji, because the recent story which I have explained, maybe I have. I mean, I just use it very
Mhm.
minimum errors, and that's what I felt it. The
Okay.
first one I have more, the second one a little more, and third one,
Mhm.
I can say that it was okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, like when I'm start using it and when I'm conscious about the past, I can, I mean, I can speak confidently with the past verb.
Mhm.
I can use it wisely, but otherwise, it is coming out of my way saying that, it's always a present, or, you know, some of the word like couldn't, able to, or I do not wanted, something like that. Yeah, it is coming up. So that I wanted to notice it whenever I'm speaking with a slow pace. Definitely yes. It gives me a lot of time to think about what to speak. But the thing is, like when I'm speaking slowly, maybe my word formation is not so good. That I need to correct it off.
Yeah. So, as you rightly said, there are a few uh, errors in terms of the grammar. But then, as your rate of speech was reasonable, um, at least we could have some clarity on what you are trying to say. Okay. Well, uh, let me clear this. So, let's quickly look at the errors. Um, I may not have everything handy, but yeah, I had an opportunity.
I
How would you
had an
correct?
opportunity.
I had an opportunity. Yeah, I had an opportunity. Okay, very good. Um, one more. I don't want it to subscribe.
Oh, yeah, I don't want. to subscribe.
But already you're talking about a past action. So
I didn't want. I didn't want.
I didn't want to. Uh, I didn't want to subscribe. I didn't want to subscribe, so I avoided it. Right? Okay. Um, mm, okay. What about this line? Um, expect with anybody.
Um, ex- expect. Expect.
You don't expect with, right? You expect.
Expect
You
from
expect
anybody.
from. Yeah. You don't expect anything from anyone, anybody, or rather anyone. Okay. Expect from. So it's not exactly a sentence. So um, got the when you talk about your hobbies, you need not say I used to go out, because that's something that you
I
that
was
you're
doing it before, but maybe I'm not doing it right now. Okay.
yeah. In that case, you can say I used to go out. Okay. So if you're not doing it anymore, then I used to go out is right. Okay. So this
Maybe I
is a
can say I usually go out, or
yeah. I usually go out. So this is correct for a past habit. Mm, past habit. Okay. And I usually go out. This happens regularly. Even now you have that habit or hobby. Um, since I belongs to product based company,
since I belong to,
you don't belong to any company.
since I work for
Since I
product based
work
company.
for a product based company. Yeah. Okay, fine, good. Um, we make the customization accordingly.
We do the customization, or
So you can use that itself as a verb, right? We customize the products accordingly.
okay.
Okay, accordingly or according to the requirement, whatever. Um, when you say one of the, what should it be?
Consulting. I had a doubt while talking only. Um,
Mhm.
consulting or how to say that?
One of the consulting firms. As you
Firms.
say,
Okay.
it's one of the consulting firms
For
or
firms. Okay.
organizations, companies, but one of the many always. Mm. They require us to resolve the issues. Uh, how would you rephrase this?
Um, they would require us.
They would require us.
I mean, uh, they they require us to resolve or solve the issue. They um,
They want us to solve the issues. Uh,
They
They
want us
want
to.
us to solve the issues, or they expect us to solve the issues. Okay. Mm. So it's a normal house. There is nothing as a normal house, so you can just say it's a three-bedroom apartment or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm. We complete the house.
We completed the house. We have
You don't
completed.
complete the house, right?
Uh, uh, we have completed the project or
Yeah.
building process.
So yeah. So here
We
I
build
think
the house.
we completed the construction of the house. As you actually did not complete, it was completed by the engineers or somebody. So you can
Hmm.
say the construction was completed, or you
Okay.
can just say the construction took 3 years.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the construction took 3 years. Yeah. Mm. Again, there was one more I don't want it to. Um, See, my intention is to, now the house is ready. So my intention is to, or what should you say?
My intention was to build the house.
Exactly. My intention was to build the house. Build the house. Not particular. Man. And you don't say as like, my
Yeah.
intention was to build the house like the traditional houses, or the ancient houses, or ancestral homes, whatever. Um, I just see the cost of the sand. It was around 40,000 now. It was around 40,000, or
Oh, was and now. Okay.
yeah, what should it be? It?
It was around 40,000, maybe I can say, or it is around 40,000 now, I can say.
Yeah, exactly. It is around 40,000 now. Okay. So now, I just kept as many windows for
This
ventilation
I was
purpose.
fumbling to get.
Yeah. How can you now? You think what kind of change can you bring in? I think you are on mute. I'm not able to hear you. Yeah. Hmm.
I just kept as many windows for I
You
mean,
don't keep windows.
I just build the windows, or I just what to say that.
So you think of a different way of
I just
putting
keep
this
all
sentence. Complete.
constructed.
Rephrase this entire sentence.
Um,
See, you can say,
for ventilation, we
hmm,
you know um, I for ventilation I just uh, we just asked the engineer to keep more windows
not keep. I
or
asked the engineer
uh,
to um, to design it
or to design it with
with
more windows.
many windows. Yeah,
Okay, with many windows.
you know, that's it.
Who designed it? Not keep.
Yeah,
It's literal translation, right? Literal
exactly.
translation.
Correct. Or you can say, I wanted the house to have as many windows as possible.
Okay, I wanted a house. Okay, okay, got
Or
it.
I wanted a house with many windows for ventilation.
Mm-hmm, got it. Yes.
Mm, so I can travel every 6 months, but you have to bear yourself. So bear yourself is like tolerating yourself, and that too is not bear yourself, bear with yourself. But this is not bearing, right? So here you just have to bear the cost. So
You have to bear the cost.
you have to, or rather, as the previous sentence you mentioned, I could travel. Yeah, I can travel every 6 months. Next sentence you cannot say you can. So I
Okay.
had to bear the cost of travel. I myself, not necessary. I had to bear the cost of travel. Or I was supposed to. Maybe you did or you didn't because I never came. Um, I was barely come home. Barely is a correct usage, but then how do you use it? I
I barely came home.
came home. That's it. Yeah, barely came home. Um, okay. There were some other sentences like this. Um, everybody were planned. How will you correct it?
Everyone are planned, or everyone were planned, or
No. Everyone?
everyone were planned. I
No.
mean, it is a past tense, right?
Everyone
So
had planned. Everyone had planned for the tour in 2015, whatever, yeah, or in summer. Okay. So you can say had planned as there is another reference point in the past. So you can say everyone had planned. Okay.
okay, okay. Everyone had planned uh, for the tour. Okay.
Yeah. So we just gone over to that place. We just gone over, or how do you correct it?
We just gone to
We just gone to? No,
be
you can't.
gone, or we visited or something.
Okay, gone is the present tense, past tense, or past participle. What is it?
Past participle.
So you cannot use past participle without have, has, had. So then in that case, what can we
I
use here?
have gone. We had gone there.
We had gone there, but then you can just say we went there because there are no two actions in the past. There is no other reference point in the past. So you can just say we went. Okay. So we went to that place. So, hmm, okay, again, this is one common error that many people tend to do. Hmm, television is one of the best things we have it. One of the best things to have it. Sorry. Yeah.
Television is one of the best thing. Um best thing. Best, not best things, right? It's the best thing. I mean, one
One
many
of
again.
the, one
One
of
of the
the,
many again.
yeah.
One of the best things to not have it.
Yeah.
Mm,
Television is one of the best things to have. That's it. No need of that it.
okay. To
Okay.
have.
Date is referring to television, but then already the word is there. So it's not referring, it's not a reference word here.
Okay.
So television is one of the best things to have. That's it. It is understood. It have pros and cons.
It have every I mean every gadgets have a pros and cons.
Every so you cannot say every gadgets. It should be every gadget. So it have pros and cons.
It
For he,
have
she, and it, what should you use? It.
it has
Okay, not a pros. You can't count.
it has pros
If you
and
say
cons.
yeah, pros and cons. If you say then it means only one, and after that you cannot say pros. It has pros and cons.
Has is a
Okay,
singular, right, Balaji?
has is singular, but it is used for it, not for pros and cons.
Okay.
We decide to use the word has based on the subject, which is it. Okay? Pros and cons is the object. Okay? That doesn't decide what subject, what verb or helping verb we use. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Um, okay, wait, let me close this. Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining and allowing me to record this session. Yeah, see you later. Bye bye.
No problem. Bye. Thank you.